I've got a new book to read you today, and it's new. I've not read this book before, but it's about pumpkins and about Splat the cat. Who's heard of this character before, Splat the cat? He does a lot of funny things, and so I wanted to read you this book. It's called Splat the Cat and the Pumpkin Picking Plan. So let's read it and find out what happens. Now, this book is written by Bob Scroton. He's the author and the illustrator of this Splat the Cat book. There's our title page, right? Looks just like our front cover, doesn't it? All right. Autumn was one of Splat's favorite seasons. I'll help you rake the leaves, Mom, Splat offered. Thank you, Splat, said Mom. Splat was good at raking leaves. Seymour helped too. Soon, they'd make a huge pile. Splat stared at the pile. Suddenly, he had a great idea, and his tail wiggled wildly. Splat! Leaves went flying everywhere. Oh, what did Splat do, friends? You see him? He jumped in the pile of leaves. Splat's mom sighed. I have an idea, Splat, she said. Why don't you go to Farmer Patch's pumpkin patch? You can pick out a pumpkin and decorate it to put on our porch. Splat thought that sounded like a great idea. I'll pick the most perfect pumpkin ever, he promised. Splat grabbed a wagon, and he and Seymour set off on their way. Okay, so I have a question. You're a Splat, but who is Seymour? Do you see him? He's right there. He's the other character in this story. Splat loved Farmer's pumpkin patch. There was so much to see and do. He saw a very scary scarecrow. He got lost in a hay bale maze. He tasted fresh apple and cider. Then Splat remembered he was supposed to pick out the perfect pumpkin. The perfect pumpkin should be big, orange and round, he told Seymour. So he's looking for the perfect pumpkin, one that's big and orange and round. Do you think he'll find it? He found a pumpkin that was very round and very orange. Too small, he announced. That is awful small. The next pumpkin was big and orange. Not round enough, he told Seymour. Seymour found a big round pumpkin. Not orange enough, Splat said. Splat's tail wiggled wildly with worry. Would he ever find the perfect pumpkin? There's the one Seymour found. Not orange enough, right? But then Splat spotted another pumpkin. It was round. It was orange. It was the biggest pumpkin in the place. Ooh, how does he feel? He looks surprised, doesn't he? Perfect, Splat cried. Mom will love this one. But there was a problem. How is Splat going to get the pumpkin home? This won't fit in my wagon, Splat said. Look at that. See, here's the pumpkin. And here is Splat. And there's his wagon. He's right. I don't think that's going to fit. I know, he said. I'll roll it. Do you think that's going to work? Splat rolled the pumpkin out of the gate. He rolled it onto the road and down the hill. Whoa, Splat cried. Splat ran. The pumpkin rolled. The pumpkin wouldn't stop no matter what Splat did. Help! Cried Splat. Well, now he's in trouble. Let's see what happens. Wow, Splat could steer the runaway pumpkin with his feet. He steered over a bridge and in between cars and right through his front gate. There's one of those positional words we've talked about. He went through the gate. Finally, the pumpkin stopped. Splat's mom smiled. "Oh, Splat, it's perfect," she said. "Well done." Splat smiled back. "It was no trouble," he said. No trouble at all. And that's the end of our story. Okay, so here is my question. All right, my first question is, who are the characters in the story? Think about that and tell an adult. My second question is, at the very end, Splat said, "It was no trouble at all." Was he being completely honest there when he told his mom it was no trouble? I don't think so either. I don't think he was being very honest. Why do you think he decided to tell her that it wasn't any trouble? I want you to talk about that with your adult. All right, boys and girls, I hope you enjoyed this book. I really like it. I think it's a really good book, so I'm happy that I picked this to read to you today. Okay, have a great day. Bye.